Hello, and welcome back to Finger Guns with Tony, Dave, and James. I'm your co-host, Dave, and here I am with
Tony B.
and
Jimmy.
And how are we doing today?
Talking a little more normally.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that. That's just how it came out.
Shatner.
That's just how it came out.
He's just doing his best Shatner impression.
It came out.
How ain't a good place to raise a kid.
Alyssa didn't realize Shatner was still alive.
Oh,
He has a series.
He just recently went to space.
Yeah. Good for
and
him.
he's in a show. Good for him.
Yeah,
Look at
I
him
think it's
go.
the show about him going to space.
Oh, a little
Wonderful,
documentary
a little
about him and
docuseries.
Bezos in a little fucking penis ship.
Yeah.
Because people are going to want to watch that.
I'm sure they will, Tony. We're still in a pandemic. People are watching weird shit.
That's very
Weird
true.
Shit.
Yes. Weird.
Weird shit. But we aren't here to talk about penis ships.
No.
We are here to talk about movies.
So many movies.
So many.
Not many. Actually, it's been an okay couple of weeks. I don't know. I haven't been going crazy.
No, I haven't been really going crazy. That Cronenberg deep dive really
It took a lot out of us.
Took a little bit out of me.
Took a lot out of you.
Just
We had
wanted to recapture some joy in the world.
We had to watch Light and Fluffy.
Exactly.
It was just too much. Just too much.
It was heavy. It was very, very heavy.
Although I do want to touch on the fact that right after recording that episode, Dave and I went and saw Top Gun Maverick again
Again, yes, we did.
in 4DX.
Yes,
Look
we
at
did.
you. What is that? What is that tally now to you?
3.
You've seen this movie 3 times and I have not seen it once.
Still haven't
Yeah.
seen it.
I told
What
you.
you waiting for, man?
I was about to say it. I got tickets. We're going this weekend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fucking doing it.
Yes.
Woo. Did you find an IMAX screening?
No,
Oh,
no.
that's a bummer.
I'm sorry. That's
No.
a bummer,
Regular?
man.
Regular.
That's
That's
a
okay.
bummer, man.
It is what it is. I'm still seeing
It's
it on the
okay.
big screen.
You're seeing
It's
it on the big screen.
It's still going to be loud as shit. Not as loud as I want it to be, but you know,
It's still gonna be loud.
it's still going to be
It's still
loud.
gonna blow your balls to the.
It's
back
going
of
to
the
be. It's
theater.
going to be a good time. I'm really
Tommy's gonna
excited.
introduce it. It's gonna be nice.
It's going to be nice. It's going to be nice.
It's
If
cool.
Melissa's not growing balls by the end of it, then like,
I'm just sad that we don't.
Yeah.
We don't have an AMC here because
Oh yeah.
Nicole Kidman
Yeah.
introduces to welcome you back to the movies, and then Tom
And then you
Cruise
get Thomas.
introduces
Oh,
Top Gun.
man.
So it would have been that would have been fun.
We don't get that. We get venue safe.
Yeah,
fuckers.
better than Tanner Z.
Better than
Oh,
Tanner
God.
Z. Tanner Z, if you're
Fuck
listening
that
to this,
guy.
I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm kidding. You were fine. It's just, it's one of those things where like, yeah, it's a pretty cool gig. But then when you see like 6 movies in a month and all you see is Tanner Z 6 fucking times in a row,
Yeah.
you're just kind of over it.
You can just suck a big one, in my
and
opinion.
it's the same lines. It's like you could quote him.
Yeah, it's
Like you
true.
know
It's
exactly
true.
what's going to happen. There's no surprises left here.
No, there's not.
It's not your fault, Tanner. It's Cineplex. Don't worry about it. We love you. Friend of the podcast, Tanner.
Okay, let's not say things we can't take back.
Oh Jesus!
So-
we're gonna get sued.
No, we're not gonna get sued.
We're not.
Anyways, so we're gonna jump right into best, man, worst.
Yeah.
Thank God it's not an oops all Cronenberg.
God.
The best one
Yeah.
that I saw was Top Gun in 4DX, which
Yes.
obviously was amazing. But I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about that this past weekend, 2 of my favorites from Sundance were released.
Oh.
We got Cha Cha Real Smooth, which
Yes.
is out on Apple TV Plus,
Yes.
and we got Good Luck to You, Leo Grand, which is on Prime Video in Canada, and I believe it is on Hulu in the States.
Cool.
Cool.
So
Some you actually get to talk about now.
yeah.
These were just on the I watched these list on
Yes,
Letterboxd.
yes. So I loved Cha Cha Real Smooth. I've seen it
Excellent.
3 times already. I'm going to watch it again. It's such a touching, emotional, coming of age tale.
And you get on my case for my love for Titan. This guy's getting on about Cha Cha
Oh,
Reels.
he's-
And you know what? The gap between my Titan watching is definitely longer than his gap on how much he's watched fucking
Yeah.
Cha Cha Real Smooth.
Are you?
There's
were you
just
up
a
to
lot
3
you-
viewings on that one or 2?
On Cha-Cha?
Yeah,
I rated
You
it
saw it
three.
twice at Sundance.
I saw it
Oh,
twice
yeah.
at Sundance.
Hardcore.
and then
Loved
again
it.
at South by Southwest.
I loved
this
it.
fucking
I
guy.
loved it.
All right, I gotta
It's-
watch it.
It's a very good film. It's
Yeah.
very emotionally resonant. It has a terrific performance from Dakota Johnson. Cooper Raiff has a very promising future ahead of himself. And I just want to mention
It's so good that he forgot.
No, I want to make sure I get her name right.
Absolutely.
There is a young woman in the film named Vanessa Berghardt. I hope I said that right. She is incredible in the film.
Yeah, she is. She is. Amazing performance.
Amazing performance. It's like her debut film. I just want to check one last thing so I make sure I get it right.
Yes.
She has autism.
Oh,
Yes, so
all
she's
right.
she's autistic. Like part of the film is about, like basically it's her Dakota Johnson's daughter, and then he kind of like comes into their lives, and it's very poignant, and it's not like, what's that goofy one you saw?
Oh, music?
It's not like that.
Yeah, nothing is.
It's more. It's very respectful, very tastefully done. Apparently, Cooper's actual sister is disabled,
Right.
so he kind of made it as a movie, kind of for her, kind of
Right.
that experience of having a disabled or someone with a disability.
So sorry. So the actor we were just talking about,
Vanessa?
she has
Yes.
autism. Okay,
Yes,
so
she is
they went with
autistic.
the better route and not
Yes.
the music route of
Yes.
taking an able-bodied person and making them flail around like they have autism.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes. It is. It's more authentic
Yikes.
that way. Yeah. Yikes on bikes.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that one's one of my top of the year.
Awesome.
And then another great film that I had just mentioned, Good Luck to You, Leo Grant.
Right,
is
Really want to see this one.
very, very good. It's Emma Thompson, and she is a widowed retiree. I believe she was a teacher, and she hasn't really experienced sex
Mhm.
before.
Okay.
Like, it would just be like the oh, and we're done. So she hasn't really explored that aspect of herself.
Yeah.
So she pays
She pays. Yeah.
an escort to kind of escort his penis inside of her. I don't know.
Obviously, there are multiple things an escort could do, but that is the
Anyways,
main reason.
So the whole movie is basically a two-hander. It's them meeting up 4 times in a month and kind of having conversations in a hotel room.
Cool.
About their lives, about their goals, what they've missed out on, a lot about how her husband sucked, and just kind of like, James would love this because it's very sex positive, and it's very much about
nice.
very much about finding your inner self and exploring your sexuality.
Cool.
And it's very funny, and it's just very well done. And it's
Nice.
I don't want to say it's a brave film,
Sure.
but it's telling that they're putting this on Hulu versus bringing it out in a theater.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So it deserved a theater. It deserved the theater. And, I don't want to praise the Golden Globes, but Emma Thompson would win the Golden Globe for this.
Right.
But it's just very well done. And
Nice.
I hope you both watch it and you both enjoy it.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna watch it this
I'm
week,
gonna
and I
check
was
it out.
waiting for it.
Yeah.
So
Do check it out.
yeah.
So, Tony, best.
My best is a film that we have talked about before on this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It is Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Nice.
Had the chance to watch it. So this movie, we've already really talked about it. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's a classic all-timer. I was quoting the movie as the movie was happening.
Nice.
This movie is so nostalgic for me. Reminds me of my childhood. Watching it again as a 30-year-old, I started to catch more stuff.
Sure.
And
Was it transformative for you?
it just makes me
Was
question.
it a seminal or a seminal film for you as it was for Dave?
I mean, that fucking Jessica Rabbit scene still fucking
Jessica
just,
Rabbit is
just
quite-
makes my
she can
heart
get it.
flutter, man.
Jessica
Like,
Rabbit, like, like good for Roger Rabbit, guys.
Serious-
Good for
seriously,
Roger Rabbit.
like
Punching above his weight class.
He makes her
sure.
laugh. He makes her laugh. and
It
I
makes her
appreciate
laugh. That's all that really matters, right?
And that Kathleen Turner's uncredited voice.
Yeah.
Like, uncredited voice credit, like just all timer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
That's
time.
my favorite. That's my favorite role of hers.
Oh yeah,
Like,
no doubt.
Light years.
Yeah.
But like, I saw this movie when I was 5.
You saw it younger than that, son.
Okay. Apparently he was younger. I remember it at 5.
Well, it came out in '88, and I would have been watching it on repeat along with Batman
When he was 3.
when I would have been 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And you would have been
Just
a
born.
baby.
Oh, baby.
Fresh out the womb.
Yeah. Fresh out the womb watching Roger Rabbit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Good for you.
Yeah, you would
Yeah.
definitely would have been watching it with me.
Dear God.
Yeah.
Dear God.
Yeah.
Whatever. We can accept that.
Look at how you turned out.
We can accept that we watched that film. Maybe we shouldn't accept that we somehow managed to watch Crash and Showgirls. Okay, maybe we should just.
What I was gonna say is I can't wait for when your son turns 3 and we can watch Roger Rabbit.
We're not watching Roger Rabbit.
No, that's a hard pass.
We're not watching Roger Rabbit. Apparently, Batman, other than Lego Batman, has been banned until he's like 10 or 12.
Oh
Wow, that's
Yeah.
rude.
I know.
No
Well-
Ninja Turtles? Is he having a me childhood?
We'll see.
Well, let's just say whatever happens at Uncle Tony's house.
Yeah, whatever happens at Uncle Tony's
Stays
house
at
stays at
Uncle
Uncle Tony's
Tony's
house.
James, hit us with your best.
I'm gonna pull a Dave and hit 2 just because I watched 2 recently that I really enjoyed.
Fucking guys.
That's fine. I'm not
Whatever.
gonna talk very long
I didn't
about
want to
it.
talk about Top Gun again. And sorry, I didn't want to rub it in that you fucking still
Yeah.
haven't seen it.
Well, and we barely talked about it. I just want to mention that I saw it at 40X and almost got
hate you.
fucking whiplash.
It was so cool, man. Have you done 40X?
No, I
It's
haven't. This
fucking
was the one I
cool
wanted to
as
do
hell.
40X
Yeah.
It's
for.
definitely coming out again. No
It's
doubt in my
fucking-
mind they
it's
will bring it
nuts.
out again.
If they bring it out again, I will
gotta
race
go.
to the
Yeah.
goddamn
You gotta go.
theater.
I might go again.
Yeah. Well, we'll try to find a theater that has all the working functionalities.
Yeah,
'cause that
hopefully
was
they have the
only a
functionality.
bummer.
Yeah, the water and the snow was off, but
Oh, there was no snow?
No.
no snow.
That
I was
fucking
bummed out.
sucks.
Yeah, whatever.
That's
There was
okay.
smoke and like it smelled like burning for a bit.
It smelled like jet fuel the
And,
entire
like,
time.
I definitely should have gone to the chiropractor after with my neck.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was you're thrown around. Anyway, that's not what I wanted to talk
don't
about.
sell it now. Melissa's
That's
gonna hear
not-
this and now I'm not gonna be able to go to 40X.
It's not what I wanted to talk about anyway.
You just come with your boys.
True. Movie number 1, just quickly, I rewatched it recently. Fucking Edge of Tomorrow. That movie still
banger.
fucks.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
Like,
Bill Paxton.
Bill Paxton,
R.I.P.
That's my theme for the best too. Is just 2 people R.I.P. But anyway, yeah, Edge of Tomorrow. I hadn't seen it in a long time, and fuck, it's so much fun. I don't know why they messed up with the marketing on that one because
Well, they had 2 stupid titles.
2 dumbass titles.
Really dumbass
It's
titles.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Actually,
fuck
they're
this
all
live,
they're
die,
all
repeat.
dumb titles because it's based on is it a manga?
Yeah,
And it's called All You Need Is Kill.
yeah.
Like
It's all dumb.
they're all terrible, terrible titles. Like
Oh,
Edge of
jeez.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
So today,
Yeah. Nope. Almost though.
it's just
God.
I hated what they did with that with the
Yeah.
titles. They didn't know what to do with that
Yeah.
movie, and it's
It's a shame.
It's better than it deserves. to be.
100%. It's way better than it should be. Like, and it spoon feeds you nothing. You just are dropped into that movie and you just gotta figure it out as you go along.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
just piece you information as you go, and then it just only gets more and more fucking nuts from there.
That's sick.
And like when you're in the loops, holy shit! Like you cannot stop watching it because you will be thrown away the fuck off. Like you can't. This isn't a stare at your phone and watch it in the background movie. You need to watch and see what the hell is happening because it's wild.
It's coming out in 4K soon. I might upgrade.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, it would be fun in 4K.
I think I'm due for a rewatch of this.
Yeah,
I am too.
It's a lot of fun.
It's a very vulnerable I was gonna say Tim Hortons. Tom Cruise.
Jeez.
Tim Cruise.
Tom Cruise performance. It's a very
Yeah.
vulnerable Tom Cruise
Yeah,
performance. And
it's very understated, but he does get to run a bunch, and you know,
of course.
that's
Of
all he
course.
needs. And he does ride a motorcycle without a helmet, which what the fuck, man? Like
just
every
does that-
movie,
he
does that in Top Gun
everybody's
too.
got to do that.
Yeah.
Come on.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's in his contract
I
and he
need-
has to do one scene.
Another spoiler for Top Gun. He runs.
Oh, he runs, homie. He runs. As if it was going to be any other way. My other movie, just a quick shout out to the great and late Philip Baker Hall. I watched Secret Honor.
Nice.
It's
Pour one out for our homies.
Yeah. It's a masterclass in acting. It's incredible. Yeah. His performance is insane. I'm not a product of the 70s, 80s, so Watergate ain't my bag, man. Like that. I know enough about it, but like I don't know enough about it. Like I feel like I needed to take a history class specifically on Richard Nixon in order to understand more about what was happening and maybe connect with it a little bit more, because like it's deep into Nixon's psyche.
There's like a 4-hour like Nixon movie from Oliver Stone. I'm sure
there we go. I should be good.
Covers the bases, and you can watch All the President's Men if you want to learn more about Watergate.
I love All the President's Men.
I do too.
So I know all about Watergate, but this is more specifically like it's all focused on Richard Nixon, and his like his psyche and on his Milhouse. Breakdown, and yes, on Milhouse. It's a great performance, and yeah, we lost a great one. Damn. Pouring out for Philip Baker Hall.
I really want to watch Hard 8 right now.
Yeah,
I've heard very
or
good
Magnolia
things. Or Magnolia.
I actually want to watch that Seinfeld episode because I think that was his best role.
Yeah, I watched that entire scene. It's so fucking funny.
Oh my god, he was a great actor. Mm-hmm. He's one of those ones that you could just like, you see him show up and you're like, okay, yeah, he's gonna bring some good stuff. He's gonna bring the heat.
Yeah, definitely.
Like he was just one of those unsung character actors.
Yeah.
Right.
That could pull something. And like he's not in Secret Honor. He's not doing like a crazy Nixon. He's not like doing a crazy Nixon impression. He's just.
Can you do Nixon again? Can you say, I am not a crook?
Yes, I can. Hang on. I am not a crook.
That's actually not terrible.
It's not terrible.
It's not terrible.
That's like an 8.5.
I was going to give him an 8. Well done.
I've been working on my Nixon.
Well done. Apparently. I think you just need to put stuff in your mouth and then do it again.
Maybe some like marbles or something.
Yeah. So he doesn't do like an impression or anything. He's just literally a guy having a breakdown in an office for an hour and a half.
Jesus.
And it's like he's drinking fucking Chivas Regal 12 year the entire time, and just like the camera has very few cuts, and it's like
it's like a one-man show.
It's a one-man show, but it's like huge long takes. He did the live version too,
Altman, so that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, he did Philip Baker Hall did the stage a stage show, so he knew how to.
So then he filmed.
Yeah.
He adapted it to
work in a film, and it works, and it's very much like locked off, sort of like cameras in certain positions, and like you just kind of rotate, and there's this whole thing with like the video surveillance thing just kind of working in that psyche of like he's a nervous wreck the entire time. He's talking to fucking paintings on the wall. It's wild.
I do want to see
it sounds wild.
Very good. Highly recommend.
I need to up my Altman game.
Yes.
Really
and knock another Criterion off the list.
Nice.
It's Criterion?
It is Criterion.
Holy shit. Oh.
Only DVD. Yes.
Fucking DVD.
Sorry, buddy.
It needs a it needs an update.
Yeah, it probably will.
It looks
they probably will.
Maybe now that he's like as a legacy thing, or like
they've been doing a decent job of like releasing new stuff and updated stuff at least monthly.
Yeah,
like where
people have been talking about Secret Honor like all week since he passed. Like
like Blowout, is that
Blowout? Yeah,
Blowout. They're just bringing that into 4K, and that's been on Blu-ray for a while. And then there's another one that they're bringing out on Blu-ray that's been out on DVD for a while too. Yeah. So like they're doing a good job updating stuff.
They'll get there.
One day. There.
One day.
What do you got for a May, buddy?
All right. So my meh was a film called Fire Island, which came out a few weeks ago. It is
it's that Bowen Yang one,
it's
right?
Bowen Yang. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He's one of the leads in it. It's funny, but it's kind of dry, and it just didn't do it for me by the end. I was just kind of over it.
Lots of butts.
Just a lot of Speedos. So it would have been up your alley.
Obviously, like Speedos.
Like everybody,
my game.
like everybody's great in it, and it is really, really funny, and it's a terrific film for representation.
Nice.
Because you don't have a lot of movies with Asian leads, and then you have even less movies with gay Asian leads.
Right.
And there's a bunch of other ethnicities captured in the film, but I don't know, it just didn't do it for me. I want to watch it again because like like I said, it's great for representation. And somebody got upset on the internet that it didn't meet the Bechdel test. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Do you know what that is?
No.
It's where a movie has two female characters talking about something that's not a man. So they realize that men are always the focal point of movies.
Yeah.
Right. So they came up with apparently the person who came up with it was just like joking about it type thing. And people have been running with it for years.
Yeah.
And that's just how you like rate movies now on a Bechdel test type thing.
That's super stupid.
Well,
It's kind of silly, but it's also proving the point of there aren't really that many movies where women are talking about something that's not a man.
That makes sense.
If you don't take it too literally, it's just like, it's just to have like an actual
screwed
woman
me now, because every time I watch a movie now for the next little bit, I'm going to be freaking watching for it.
This doesn't pass the Bechdel.
No, a lot of stuff doesn't.
A lot doesn't.
This one doesn't, because it's about gay men talking about gay men.
Yeah.
Right. So this girl posted about it on Twitter and she got fucking roasted.
Yeah.
And like the Bechdel test, the person who came up with it put an amendment in that as long as the guys are talking about a Jane Austen novel,
fucking hilarious.
It passes.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And she was talking shit about Margaret Cho too, and she came back and
Jesus.
she clapped back too.
Yeah. She's definitely not going to take that
Margaret
shit.
Cho alone.
Yeah. So it's a meh, but it's still worth watching, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tony.
I got an 80s film from our boy Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Nice.
One of his lesser known movies.
Friend of the podcast, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Friend of the podcast, Arnold
He is in
Schwarzenegger.
Toronto. Somewhere.
He was in Hamilton too for a bit.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah, I know, right?
I've met him.
And he
He's
didn't come on the you didn't invite him to the
I did not
cast?
invite him to the podcast.
God damn it, Dave.
I'm sorry.
Anyways, this movie is called Raw Deal.
Oh, all right. I've never even heard of that. Cool.
He plays an undercover cop trying to
Before you go any further, how the fuck could Arnold Schwarzenegger be an undercover cop?
The movie's set in Austria.
Like, let's be fucking realistic, because he does it in Kindergarten Cop too.
Yeah,
It's
he does. He does.
Like, this guy is not an undercover.
No.
He's not.
He's
in
huge.
the slightest.
Like, come on.
So he's an undercover cop. Basically, like he's like excommunicadoed from the FBI.
I don't think that's how you say
That's
it. But
definitely not how I'd say it, but you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And he's trying to find a way, and he's like a sheriff in like this small town. He's trying to earn himself back in because his wife's mad at him that they moved out, and
As you do.
he hates being a sheriff. So his buddy in the FBI, his son dies, and he knows because he was trying to infiltrate this like this Latin mafia kind of thing. And so Arnold like embeds himself, and he has like the slick back hair, and he's like smoking cigars. It's a very fucking weird performance by Arnold Schwarzenegger, because he has like there's a love interest too, and he's like smooching her, and it was just
the 80s, man.
It was the fucking 80s, and it was
No
just
kidding.
fucking weird. But I will say it just gets points for its use of Rolling Stone Satisfaction.
Oh, all right.
He basically loads up into a car, and he loads up his gun, and he literally drives by this construction site and shoots everybody. And like that song is playing in the background, and he's like getting chased by people in bulldozers, and he's shooting everybody. Perfect shots, by the way, with an Uzi from a moving car.
Of course.
He shoots out like the front windshield and like kicks it in. He's shooting like through the windshield.
Naturally.
It is fucking amazing. If you're gonna
That's
watch
wild.
this movie, just watch that part.
All right. So I'll just find the clip on YouTube of that part.
I want to watch the whole movie. It sounds wacky.
It does sound fucking weird. What the hell? Wasn't there another movie that Arnold was in where he was like a sheriff in a small town?
Yeah, it came out no last stand.
That's
I
it.
saw it
That's it.
theatrically.
Did you really?
I did.
Oh, you're a
It'd be
big
a-
Arnold supporter?
It would be a meh. I went with my buddy Alessandro, and he apparently like Arnold Schwarzenegger's probably the light of his life. Not his
that's
kid.
cute.
Arnold
Yeah,
Schwarzenegger.
Arnold. I get it. I too identify with large Austrian men.
I love it. James, meh.
It's a movie I kind of forgot about because we did Oops All Cronenberg, and I almost forgot that I even watched this movie. Duel.
Jewel.
Yeah. Karen Gillian.
Oh, nice. I saw that at Sundance.
Yes, you did see that at Sundance. It's a meh. It's fine. It was almost a movie that was fine until it wasn't. Like,
that's fair.
It was going well. Karen always she fucking commits on every single movie she's in. I don't care what it is. I've never seen her phone in a performance to this date.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter if it was fucking what the fuck, that Judd Apatow piece of shit.
The Bubble.
That's it. Thank you. It doesn't matter if it's The Bubble, if it's Jumanji, if it's Guardians of the Galaxy.
She's great in Jumanji.
She's great. She doesn't phone it in.
Jumanji.
Doesn't phone it in. And like
Jumanji.
Jumanji.
I love it. I need to watch that one again.
Even in this one, it's just, this is just like a really small, it's just her. It's Aaron Paul and her again. And yeah, she has to fight herself in this weird sort of dystopian future where
it's that one.
Yeah, where
that one's on my list.
Yeah, it's a really I really liked the idea of it. I thought it was super cool the way that they did it, but for a movie that is called Duel, it is decidedly lacking in what you want it to have.
Mm-hmm. There's a duel first thing. The first scene in the movie is a duel.
Yes, but
it's who's the guy? It's a recognizable guy.
It's Theo James.
Theo James.
That's it.
Yeah.
So Theo James fighting himself.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. So it does start out with that. I will give it that. But like, I feel like it's
so wait. Where does how does Aaron Paul fit into all of this?
He's the
trainer.
The trainer.
He trains her. He trains one of her to fight.
Yeah. That's fucked up. Yeah. It's very dry humor. Like it's Riley Stearns. He did The Art of Self-Defense, which is one of the most pitch black comedies I've ever seen in my life.
That shit is fucking bleak.
This is very much like things that shouldn't be funny that are, just because it's delivered completely straight.
Then it makes complete sense.
Yeah. It's like that movie's bleak as fuck, and this one's pretty bleak too. But I liked it. I didn't love it.
I didn't love it either, and the ending was just real soft.
Yeah,
I didn't like the ending at all. But
apparently apparently that's like a common complaint about that movie.
Yeah. Well, at least we have the common complaint. It checks out, because I watched it. I was just like, man, what the fuck is this ending? Anyway, I'm glad I'm not alone in that.
I need you
criticism.
I want you to watch it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I'll add that to the list this weekend as well.
It's fun.
Dave, worst. Hit me with your worst one.
Jurassic World Dominion.
Oh shit.
Yay.
Shots fired.
It's not as bad as Fallen Kingdom. Fallen Kingdom's worse.
I still haven't seen Fallen Kingdom. All right.
You know what?
How have you not seen
You know what?
I don't know.
What? How the fuck did you miss that?
It's not that I missed it. I think it was one of those where it came
Actively
out and then
chose not to see it.
it came out, the reviews were garbage, and I went, I'm okay.
Cool.
The movie starts with a viral video,
Right.
that kind of talks about how dinosaurs are in the world now.
Yes.
And kind of talks about how it happened, and it basically sums up the entirety of Fallen Kingdom.
Nice.
Like 2 or 3 minutes.
Nice.
So that's what replaced this epic prologue scene?
Yeah, he started it with that.
What a piece of shit.
Well, wasn't there like no, but in Fallen Kingdom, wasn't there like something about a clone child or something?
That is also
cool. That is in there.
That is also mentioned in the viral video.
Oh, okay, good. Okay.
So the issue,
Just in case everyone forgot about the plot of Fallen Kingdom.
yeah, just in case,
Everyone
it's
did.
very forgettable. It's very forgettable. So the reason I would put this on the worst list, there's some great stuff in it. There's a chase scene in Malta, which is in some of the trailers.
Oh, with the raptors running on like the ledges or whatever.
And the Tyrannosaurus looking motherfuckers that aren't, I think they're like whatever they are. I don't know my dinosaurs. Anyways, that scene and the preceding scene before it, where he's basically trying to get into it's basically cockfighting, but they're dinosaurs. So it's like that kind of arena type thing. Like that's what starts it off, and then it's the chase thing through Malta. That part's cool. And there's another really good part that's also in the trailer where Bryce Dallas Howard has to she's evading a dinosaur and she's like sinking into the water.
Right.
It's really tense. It's like very Spielbergian, like old school. Like it's intense, and those parts are great. And there's a couple of fun banter parts, but the rest of the movie is 2.5 hours of fan service and nonsensical bullshit and references that you don't need to make.
Right.
And they sideline Blue.
Right.
No.
They sideline her.
Sure.
Yeah. That clone thing you guys were just
her?
the clone thing you guys were just talking about.
Yeah.
They go in a completely different direction than you think they're going to go in. And then you remember, okay, you saw Fallen Kingdom.
Yeah.
So the movie ends.
Yeah.
And the dinosaurs are out there.
Yeah.
So it ends with the promise of the next movie.
Dinosaurs in a city.
Is going to be how they figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
That's not what the movie's about.
Wonderful.
There's like a bit at the beginning and a bit at the end about that.
And
that's it.
Cool.
The movie, I'm not even lying to you guys. The movie is about them. It's about Bryce Dallas Howard and
Chris
Pratt going. The daughter gets kidnapped. The clone gets kidnapped.
Right.
Yep.
So they're trying to find her.
Right.
Yep.
And at the same time, Dr. Alan Grant is back with Ellie Sattler, Laura Dern, and Sam Neill.
Yes.
And they are trying to uncover a conspiracy involving genetically modified locusts.
So what you're telling us is this is the rise of the Skywalker.
It's not even
Jurassic Park.
It's not
movies.
even quite that, because Rise of Skywalker was kind of like everybody's responding to it differently, and it's a movie that wasn't made for anybody.
Yeah,
they went too hard in one direction, and then it didn't please anybody.
Yeah.
Right.
This one, like, it kind of does away with some things, and you're like, why would it do that? And then it kind of brings some things back, and then you're like, why did it do that? And the villain, the villain is Dodson.
Yeah, but you know my favorite fun fact about that is?
Do you remember
the first guy?
Do you remember in the first movie with Nedry, and he's like, Dodson's here. Dodson's here.
Nobody cares.
That guy who was in the movie for 3.5 minutes is the villain.
You know what my favorite fun fact is? They had to recast that guy because the actual guy's a pederast.
Yeah. 8-year-olds.
That changes how you look at Jurassic Park now.
A little bit.
Follow-up question.
Little bit.
Where does the gold man fit into all of this?
He's working for the company.
He's working for the company. Yeah.
Which company?
The one with
bad
the
guy company.
I'm not going to spoil the whole thing for you, Tony, because I expect you.
No,
he's not.
He's working from the inside.
He's working from the inside.
This movie
I spoiled the whole thing for myself, so I know all the plot points.
Shit.
He's the one.
I'm so upset.
He's the one who calls Ellie Sattler, and she hooks up with Grant, and then they go find out more about the conspiracy with the
I don't
locusts.
even need to know how this movie ends.
None of it matters.
There's
I'm
more,
gonna have to pay for this movie. I already know I am.
There's more to it than everything I just said, but it's just.
There's not going to be any more, are there?
I'm sure there will be. I'm sure there will be, but I don't think it's going to be these characters. They're going to have to keep. Like, this movie's making money hand over fist.
Of course it is.
Like, they clearly need to make another one. They need to take a break.
We'll see what the second weekend drop is on it. But
yeah, they need to take a break. Maybe not a 14-year break, but they do need to take a break.
Yeah,
and they don't need to. And they got to not do the Star Wars thing where they make 150 TV shows for Peacock that all revolve around Dr. Grant's legacy or something Dr. Grant was doing in between.
I'm sorry, but if they bring out Jeff Goldblum and they make like an Ian Malcolm TV show,
it's gonna be about Ian Malcolm's kid in that one in the Lost World. That's what it would be.
Fuck,
10 episode miniseries about her working at an advertising firm.
If Goldblum is in like 5 of them, I'll still watch
it. There's a bit where he's trying to undo his shirt.
Of course there is.
and the
fan service.
The girl's just like, no. I was like, no, that's great. I did see it in Limax and it looked cool, and it was fucking loud.
Yeah.
Like, so like, I get why people are enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of like a disappointing, like,
Yeah. Unfortunate. That's unfortunate. That sucks.
It should have been so much better than that. I was prepped for something that wasn't great, but it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
I wished it was so much better. But yeah, the Gold Man still delivers. Don't you worry. The Gold Man does not let you down.
As long as he still delivers, that's all that matters.
So I am very excited to hear what your reviews of a number of films that we've discussed are.
Definitely.
Yes.
Definitely.
Tony the worst.
I can fucking top you, my chum.
You?
Let's hear it.
My chum. What do you got? What do you got?
That's your fucking chum.
What do you got?
It is a treasure hunter movie with R.I.P. Paul Walker. And opposite, a very beautiful Jessica Alba.
Oh.
This movie is called Into the Blue, or as how I
God.
like to call it, Into Jessica Alba's Ass. Because the amount of ass shots would put Quentin Tarantino's feet shots to damn shame.
It was a lingering camera, eh? Just
lingering
right
on her butt as it like fucking shakes in the water.
Oh.
It's fucking weird. But I need to tell you guys, this movie fucking sucked. The dialogue was absolutely horrendous. And this is how you know it's good. You know who plays Paul Walker's buddy? Scott Conn.
Oh, I love Scott Conn. I love Scotty Conn.
Yeah, Dave's always been a big Scott Conn fan.
Yeah.
Big Dano fan, apparently.
Yeah.
Jimmy Conn's son? Come on.
The villain's Josh Brolin.
Ooh.
Josh Brolin is like phoning it in, but like
Naturally.
he's like he knows what movie he's in.
That's before the Josh Brolin Renaissance.
Yes, that's true. It's true. They find treasure.
They're divers, aren't they?
They're divers. Scotty Conn's in trouble as usual.
Yeah.
Paul Walker's just trying to live a peaceful life. He gets brought into it, and he has to do what he
thought he was
for his family.
Back in.
Yeah, mi familia for fucking Paul Walker.
Yeah.
And that's all I got to really say about it. It was fucking
that bad.
It's fucking trash.
You would think that Jimmy Conn would have taught his son to stop getting into trouble and stop taking movie roles where all he does is get into trouble.
Exactly.
He's just a good guy to move your plot forward.
Seriously. And he always plays like a fucking jackass.
Oh, yeah. He's very good at it.
Like he's good at playing a jackass. I'm getting this feeling.
He might be a jackass.
He might be a jackass.
Book him, Dano.
Jesus.
Jimmy, hit us with your worst.
Oh. I recently had the
Privilege?
Is privilege the word?
Fuck yeah, you're going to do it.
The opportunity
Yes.
to watch Twilight.
Oh, I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this moment.
Twilight.
Which one are you on now?
We just finished Eclipse.
Oh, yeah.
Tony, you need to stop coming over there. Did you know that Tony and I and who else was there? Friend James was there.
Superfan Matt was there as well.
Superfan Matt
was
also there, and he wore a trench coat.
Of course he did.
And sunglasses.
So he could touch himself in the back. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
No, I know everything about Twilight. I know all the plot points because it's been out for so long, and I've always known how kind of crummy they were.
It's bad.
I was not prepared for how bad the first one is. It's a fucking train wreck.
Oh yeah.
Like what? How? Why? How?
That movie sucked.
Why is it shot that? Like the movie was so technically bad that I forgave all of like the dialogue and performances because like I just couldn't get over how badly shot and how badly edited and how badly composed everything was. The camera was fucking spinning. The camera was like fucking up in the air. It was doing weird zooms. There was a point where Bella's on the beach with Jacob, and it's when he's first talking about the legend, and they just kind of stop and they're on the beach, and then Jacob's still talking, and it cuts to Bella's face and then just starts zooming in on her face, but she's not doing anything. I'm just like, what?
She's not biting her lip, playing with her hair.
She's literally just standing there like, it looked like it was like a B-roll shot, and it just started zooming in on her face, and then it cut back to Jacob. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Why is this so garbage?
That's amazing.
And like, then I saw the director who did, oh fuck.
I was just looking at Catherine Hardwicke's.
She did that. She did that 13 movie. Didn't she
did 13, which was a very, very good movie. But ever since then, Nothing.
She did 13 and Lords of Dogtown.
Yeah.
Oh, Lords of Dogtown. That's
ever
a good
since
one.
then, just no.
But like I just nothing. And I feel like I'd like to imagine that Twilight just like destroyed her. And like that was the end of her ever directing a film. And she went back to like costume design because that's what she was, or production design.
It was, it's not a very good.
What the fuck? It's just so, and like
it was also done by a startup company that kind of made its bones on Twilight, and then it got bought by Lionsgate.
Yeah.
Summit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But like it just,
it's very poorly done.
So bad. I still have like nausea from the bit where they're Bella and Edward are lying in the forest just before he sparkles.
Oh my God, James!
But like it's up in the camera's up in the trees and it's just rotating around, and all they're doing is lying. I'm like, what are you? And the score is fucking atrocious.
I almost died from laughing so hard when he took his shirt off. I almost died.
Yeah. That man sparkled. But I also like the score was like I couldn't understand. Like it was like ominous tones, but then piano over top, and it didn't match or layer properly.
It's not a very. Have you noticed that the budget and the look of the film improves as it goes along?
Yes, I still find the poster for Eclipse the most laughable poster I've ever seen in my life because it doesn't even fucking look like Kristen Stewart.
That's fair.
Like it's so fucking heavily photoshopped that it looks silly.
It's just annoying because like it's just those characters. Like they're not bad. They're not bad performers. Obviously,
they're not.
Yeah, but it's just those characters.
Yes, I'm also glad that they did away with the Stephanie Meyers cameos in the film.
Oh yeah.
That was a one and done. She's in the coffee shop. Yay, we've had our moment. Never bring her back again.
Yeah, they get back. They do the.
Well, the budgets keep getting better, and they keep swapping directors. So I'm sure at some point it's gonna be okay.
Yeah. Well, you got Breaking Dawn next, Part 1, and Breaking Dawn Part 1, James. It's 2 parts of a novel.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure Part 1 is stretched out for the first, maybe the first 100 pages of the novel.
Oh my God.
It's
wonderful.
Fucking, it's wonderful. Bad. It's so bad. But James, you are in for
part two is fucking.
You are in for a
balls
treat.
To the wall, buddy.
Just wait till you meet Renesmee.
Oh, I know. I know. Every time Jacob's on screen and he's like pining for Bella, I'm like, bro, just wait. You're just gonna love his or her daughter later. Just chill. You'll be fine.
James,
you get her newborn.
Ooh, Taylor Lautner. What happened to that guy?
What happened to Tiny Nips Taylor?
Yeah,
a man's got tiny nips.
Did you notice how?
You're fucked, man.
Did you notice how substantially hotter he got between both movies?
He started working out more. Obviously,
once he got his glow up when he chopped the hair off. Woo!
My God,
that man. Anyway, that's my worst.
I kind of love that the only actor they had for a bit who had an Oscar nomination was Anna Kendrick.
Yeah,
that's kind of
Oscar nominated
Oscar nominee Anna Kendrick.
Amazing. I forgot she was in that.
She's a sidelined B character.
Yeah, she's like one of Bella's best friends.
Yeah.
Can I also just briefly mention how god awful everyone is as a person in this movie or as a character in this movie? Bella's the fucking worst.
Yeah,
like. They're going prom dress shopping. She's like, I don't care. I'm going to this native bookshop. Fuck, bitch. You were with your friends.
Amazing.
You just like pieced out and then they like go for dinner after and they're worried sick about you, but they had time to eat.
Obviously.
Is Twilight
priorities?
Is the first one where they have the baseball game?
Yes.
Oh, fuck the baseball game.
Wait. No, maybe that's New Moon.
That might have been New Moon.
No, it can't be New Moon because Edward's still there. Edward fucks off for all of New Moon.
Yeah.
That's where she falls in love with what's his dick.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And then he comes back for
I can't be with you anymore.
Yeah. And then he comes back
and then
for
she goes into a horrifying depression.
Yes.
She's having banshee screams on the pillow and fucking Charlie's like not doing much. And then when she's better really and like, I'm going to go back to school, Dad. He's like, oh no, you're going to go to Florida with your mother. I'm worried about you. Bitch, you should have been worried 3 weeks ago. This is the end.
Wow.
You just wait. Dakota Fanning shows up.
Oh yeah.
Michael Sheen
shows up. He's awesome.
Yeah. He's awesome. Fucking everything, man.
I liked everything about the Volturi. That seemed like a fucking cool piece of lore to throw in there.
Yeah, they should have just kept going that direction.
Yeah. Wow, you're in for. Either
I'm
way,
excited.
you are in for a treat.
I'm excited.
If you thought Twilight was bad,
I'm excited.
Like literally, I'm pretty sure Breaking Dawn Part 1 is like the most useless movie in existence.
Wonderful.
It's so you watch it, you're like, why the fuck would I have paid for watch this?
It should have just been one movie.
It should have been one movie.
One
just
like
make
3-hour movie.
Not even. It could have been a half hour longer.
One 2-hour movie.
It's a 2-hour movie that was it's like a 30-minute movie stretched into 2 hours.
Great.
Like they definitely could have made it one movie. It's not like, I know Harry Potter kind of did it, and it was kind of like,
But Harry Potter, that like the Deathly Hallows book is dense.
it's not as dense as Order of the Phoenix.
No, for sure.
And they managed to make Order of the Phoenix into
one movie.
They could have done it with Deathly Hallows too, but they wanted to have their cake and eat it too. But
and they did, and it made sense.
At least there was enough content to fill 2 movies.
Yeah.
There is not with Breaking Dawn.
Great.
There is not.
It's so exciting. I can't wait.
I'm excited for you.
Jesus.
But
let's change gears.
Let's change gears. We didn't want to talk about Twilight the whole time.
No.
James,
please.
what movie are we talking about today?
Spiderhead.
Spiderhead
Does whatever a Spiderhead does.
we didn't even rehearse that. That was organic.
I want to kick myself in the balls.
We're just quoting the Simpsons movie.
Can we see you kick yourself in the balls?
Maybe on Finger Guns After Dark.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just whip it out, buddy, and fucking kick yourself in the balls.
Dave's got his every episode, the whip it.
He got it in.
Yeah, he got it in.
I missed it
You
last time.
sack of shit.
Shut up.
So Spiderhead, Chris Hemsworth, Miles Teller, and our boy Joseph Kosinski, fresh off the heels of Top Gun Maverick, straight into a straight to Netflix movie called Spiderhead.
Yeah.
He probably could have picked a better movie.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
Whatever, man. When you know you got a home run,
It's true.
and Netflix is like,
Here's some money.
here's some money. Why don't you make this film? Okay.
Yeah. Well, he definitely he made this before Top Gun came out, obviously.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he made this in the off season when Top Gun was sitting in limbo.
Yeah, that's true.
he's like, I got time. Chris Hemsworth's got time. We can. Well, Miles Teller, come with me, buddy.
Miles Teller,
Come with me. Come with me, friends.
He's
We're gonna
boys
do
with
it.
Miles Teller because he's in the Brave one too, right?
Only the Brave.
Which I still haven't seen. I wanted to watch it before we talked about it, but I know. I want to see it.
Jesus.
I hear very good things about it.
So, Spiderhead, briefly as a summary, it's a futuristic prison dealing with some experiments with
pharmaceutical drugs,
brain chemical altering experiments. Yeah, that's what we can call it. Basically, I feel like that's
fair. Yeah,
hilarity ensues.
Hilarious. He manages to get inmates who want to be experimented on.
Yeah. With the promise of like it's
freedom, right?
Not freedom, but like a nicer experience. So you're not in regular American, it's assumed to be American prison. You're in a very nice facility that lets you roam around free. You're not locked in. You're only locked into the facility, but you're not locked into your room. You can wander. They share. It's communal.
The one guy has like four consecutive death sentence or life sentences.
Yeah.
Like he's a guy who's not getting out of prison and he's living the life.
Yeah, he's having a nice time.
Minus the fact
like
that
a country club, basically.
Yeah.
Minus the fact that he's being experimented on.
Yeah, that's the trade off, right? Like it's like, yeah, you could be in regular prison or you can be in this super nice facility, but you have to be you have to consent to be experimented on.
Yeah, acknowledge.
I thought it was a really cool idea.
Yes,
it sounds good on paper for sure.
I think some of the execution is kind of intriguing.
I was into it.
It has a good opening, and as it's kind of like peeling back the layers, it's interesting, and I like what it's doing. And apparently, it's based on a New Yorker short story. The New Yorker was like made it its own production company.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Amazing.
New Yorker Productions, which was
I like how they dropped you in. They didn't really like tell like a backstory of how things like things came to be. They dropped you in and you're like, okay, you're in this and you're with this character and you're moving along as the story goes.
There's no back, like there's a little bit of backstory with Miles Teller.
Yeah.
But basically
with the flashbacks and stuff, but they give you pieces of that over time.
Yeah. But it's like, and it's not even that important.
Yeah, exactly.
He's here.
There's not like this little prologue.
No.
It's like, here's how he ended up in prison. And then here's following him from regular prison to new experiment.
Yeah.
No, it's very much like you're in the, and we'll figure it out as we go along.
Exactly. Like, you don't get those type of movies where like they don't even give you that info.
Yeah.
Which is great because you don't need it.
It's not necessary.
It's completely unnecessary.
And they found a way to like organically work it into the story too, like with having that relationship between Miles Teller's character and that Journey Smouillet.
Yes.
Their relationship as characters, and like it just sort of because they're getting to know each other and then talking about their lives and their backstories, and it worked. I like that whole blossoming relationship, so to speak.
I thought once you find out more about her character, I thought that was kind of and kind of icky.
The way that it was pieced, like the way that it was presented to you too, was just like,
it's very icky, and it seems very
like it's just kind of very in your face.
It seemed very backwards. Yeah, like you're kind of like, oh, she's a monster, but it's like, is she? Is she?
Maybe.
Do we really need to treat her like a monster? Because the way the movie frames it is she's a monster, but you're
and I know what they're trying to go for too at that point, but almost at that point, like it's so late in the film that you're already started like my brain was already working on, okay, so what is actually going on here? Like we had already gotten to a point where part of the mystery was like revealed as to like what actually was happening at this facility and what the true purpose of their experiments were. So I was already figuring out that, and then I was watching this and I'm like, wait, what? Like, what? Why? Like, I feel like if this happened earlier and some like more like, but Miles isn't really giving anything from it either. He's just kind of.
I thought he was pretty.
No, but like in that moment, he was just kind of like watching it and like kind of reacting.
I think there's certain parts that they feel like they're like afterthoughts or just not as strong as other parts, because it has a strong opening and there's other strong moments in it, and the back and forth tete-a-tete between Miles Teller and Chris Hemsworth is very, very good.
For sure.
Because Chris Hemsworth is just like,
he's
me, man. Off the chain.
What did you say?
The top.
He understood the assignment.
He understood the assignment. He's very over the top.
Yeah, he's
kind of
into
flamboyantish. It's just very. It's not like when you think of Thor.
He comes across as like a tech bro in this.
Yeah,
just like a guy who's like really like into his work, but more of a salesman.
Yeah, and
in his presentation,
he's just very into the material, and I appreciate that. And it's a shame that this guy can keep pulling off these like character. He's a great character actor because he's also very excellent in Bad Times at the El Royale, which is a movie that's way too fucking long, but he's incredible in it.
Yeah.
And also Dakota Johnson.
Dave's love.
But it's like, why are we always putting him in fucking Thor, or why are we trying to make him a big time actor? He just needs like a character.
He needs characters. Like he needs character pieces. Yeah,
give him fun roles where he can just like just movies where he can like bite up.
Yeah, like he can just bite the head off a bat. He can have fun with the role.
Exactly.
Like
just let him just turn
it up and
feel the vibe and like just like him just bringing his own to the character.
Yeah, and he's so good in it. And I liked the look of the movie, and I liked that it wasn't covered in special effects. Although that one scene where he's like standing on the top of the mountain or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And the camera's just spinning. I'm like, okay, calm it down. And also the soundtrack is legendary.
Bangers. It's just bangers, but to me it didn't
bangers
work.
With a Z.
It was just, I felt like every scene had music. So it was like the music was going in the scene, and then when we transitioned to the next thing, we're transitioning the song to the next thing.
Yeah, a lot of it felt a little bit needle droppy, where it was just like, we're done with this scene. Put on a new record.
And even like wall to wall is like wall to wall soundtrack, and it's just not.
Yeah, but
doesn't work.
I don't feel it's even like needle droppy. Like it's not like a Cruella where you're like,
no.
Yes, it's the '60s in London.
I don't mean.
Of course, you're gonna play fucking Rock the Casbah and fucking London Calling.
No, that was over the top, obvious needle dropping. That was just like. And it's the 60s, exactly what we said. This felt like needle dropping in the sense that it was just like, oh, time for a new song. Oh, time for a new song.
That's what I mean. Like a wall to wall soundtrack. And
some was diegetic and some wasn't. Like it would fade in and out, which was kind of fun and it worked. I'm like, oh, they're just listening to these tunes in the facility. All right. But some of it was just like, to me, it just felt extraneous and just like, oh, we just wanted to really play this really fun, cool song because it's a banger and we get to play it here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it has some dark humor and a couple of moments where you're like, that's supposed to be funnier than it actually is.
Yeah.
Because it's done by the Deadpool guys.
Yeah. Yes.
So you could I'm surprised Ryan Reynolds isn't in it. Basically, since he's in so many other friggin' Netflix movies.
Ryan Reynolds as Chris Hemsworth's character. It probably would have.
I don't think he could have done it, but
no.
But that would have been his role. Yeah, obviously. Of course.
I think Chris does a fantastic job in it. No, it's well written though. Like it's a really interesting concept. Like the dialogue is great and snappy and dark when it needs to be and serious when it needs to be. As it got towards the end, I was just like, I don't know.
Silly
and
just very like iffy.
Some interesting CGI at the very end.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
And it just was just like, it felt like they got to a point they're like, oh shit, we need to wrap this up.
Yeah.
To wrap it up.
Yeah, we're getting a little long. We should probably just stop soon, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I felt too. As we progressed more and more into the movie, like it's just like, okay, like where is this going?
Yeah,
like it's just like kind of going,
wrap it up box,
and then you just bring it up.
Yeah.
Like,
well, it was just
like, oh, we gotta figure out. Okay, they found out, and they're gonna execute a plan to try and get off it. They're gonna have to get off it, and oh shit, we gotta finish.
Also, the whole movie hinges on the medical experiments and stuff, and it revolves around the med pack thing that's on the back on the middle of their back. Shouldn't there have been a better spot to put that? Like it feels
literally anywhere,
very choreographed that it had to be that exact
Chekhov's med pack.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe put some shock absorbers on it if like the slightest bang can set them a miss. Like
it's not quite Chekhov's. They show it too many times for it to be Chekhov's med pack.
They were like banging you on the head, being like, "Remember this med pack. Remember, it's gonna play into a fucking. It's gonna come. We're gonna come full circle."
Like I liked some of the moral stuff that it was dealing with too, when like the dilemmas that they were trying to solve, but then like once you get to the end and you realize what it was really all about, you're just like it kind of undoes everything that happened before with these moral dilemmas and moral quandaries. Like it takes away all of that afterwards. Like looking back on it now, I'm like, well, what the fuck was the point? Because that wasn't even what we were going for, apparently.
Yeah.
Like what we were actually doing was this, and now all of that is meaningless. I don't know. It was fun up until it kind of wasn't. But
it's a meh.
Yeah.
It's a meh.
It's a perfect meh.
It's well made, and it has a great Chris Hemsworth performance, but it's a meh.
Yeah.
It looked great. Like the production design, it looked like it was those sets were created and stuff,
and just like high ceilings.
I love
them high ceilings, and just very clinical and sterile environments.
Yeah,
and well shot. Like Kaczynski keeps working with Claudio Miranda across all of his films, everything from Tron, Oblivion, Only the Brave,
Top Gun, and
Spiderhead. It's all him and Claudio Miranda, and like it's the work that they do. Like, and I'm gonna probably attribute most of it to Claudio Miranda because it's always looked this fucking good.
Obviously,
but like, you look at a movie like Oblivion, and they spent like a month fucking photographing clouds so that the clouds that they CG'd into that movie looked real.
Yeah,
and like he's great at making.
Oblivion was another one where the sets were and the environment, the atmosphere.
Like the way everything is framed and shot, like everything feels like it is. Like in Spiderhead, we're looking at this futuristic prison that is built into an island and kind of jetting out into the sea a little bit, and it just looks like that's there. Like it's just so well designed and shot and framed that you're like, it's that realistic style of CG that just like feels like it is a part of the world.
Yeah.
Kind of like what Dune was doing too, where like those ships, while you knew they weren't, you'd look at them and go, yeah, that makes sense. That seems like they're grounded in reality and the reality of the film, and it makes sense there. So cinematography wise, like Kaczynski knows what he's doing. Like, and Claudio Miranda knows exactly what he's doing.
You can tell when a cinematographer is on the film that knows what he's doing.
Yeah. Like
what he or she is doing. You know you're in the hands of someone who actually knows what they're doing if they have a good cinematographer.
Yeah. Everything's framed right. Everything makes sense. You're not confused about what's going on. Mm-hmm. It's just well done in that way.
And what the hell was with the shit finger subplot?
Oh, what the fuck?
What's that? What was that even there for?
I feel like there was like another version of the script that was hilarious.
Yeah. and not bleak as shit.
Yeah. That dealt more like maybe Shitfinger had more to do. I love that we found out who Shitfinger was and was like, oh no. Gross.
Oh jeez.
Yeah. There's just there's some goofy shit in there.
It just feels like a movie that didn't come fully to fruition. It's like half a good movie.
Yeah. It could have been great.
Yeah.
But there was a good movie in there, but
there's a good movie in there and great performances in there, and it's just not.
You know what Kaczynski needs to stop doing though?
What?
Fucking fading to black.
I hate fades to black, so I'm with you, buddy.
It's in every movie.
It's pretty egregious in Top Gun. It's one of my only criticisms for Top Gun.
Yeah,
I took the time to watch all of his films.
So did I. And now that you mention it, now I can't unsee it.
Because Dave pointed it out when we first saw Top Gun. Dave, like the first thing, his first criticism of it after our first viewing was, I really don't like fade to blacks. And then when we were preparing for this episode and I realized that Spiderhead was Kaczynski, I'm like, you know what? I'm curious now. I want to see if like Kaczynski-isms, as I will call them, have just always been. And
they're all over fucking Tron.
Yeah.
Like ridiculous amounts.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is
it's fucking weird fade to blacks.
You want to talk about beautiful movies? Tron Legacy, man.
Gorgeous. It's
gorgeous.
Again, man, cinematography, and that is incredible. For once they get on the grid, man,
like, what the
hell?
I still can't believe that he convinced Disney to give him the money to make that movie.
I don't even understand how he got the money to make that movie.
Seriously,
the credit before Tron Legacy is 2 short films. Whose nephew is he? Like,
he's just a great film. He's a up and coming. Filmmaker type thing. He's made some good films.
Yeah,
so far
he definitely has the cred now with Top Gun.
Yeah, exactly.
And like none of his films were like they're not bad. None of them are bad.
No, they're not.
No, they're
not
just
bad.
all kind of meh. Like they're all fine. Like except for Top Gun Maverick, they're all just fine.
Nah, I'd say Tron Legacy is
it's a glorified Daft Punk music video.
You say that, and I think it's a little bit underappreciated. I love Tron Legacy.
It's got one of the best soundtracks of all time.
One of the best. The best. Like, and it's the best scenes, man. Like the whole thing on the grid, like the fight in the bar, the end with the chase, the flight chase, right, and like the showdown, moments.
Like, it's just the stuff in between is kind of shit, and the end is oof.
Well, the ending is a bit soft.
Yeah, and the end is just a wet fart of an ending.
And like
I literally remember so little of this movie. We saw it on opening day in IMAX.
And
I remember so little.
And it was real fucking IMAX, and it was fucking beautiful.
Yeah, and like. My only qualm with Oblivion is just the script, but he co-wrote that, so maybe he can live with that. But it's just like you start Oblivion, and it's just like here's all the information you need to know.
Oh yeah, they just
what the fuck? You did not need to do that.
Prologue right there, just explaining how the world is, and there you go.
Didn't need it. We could have figured it out. Also, Tom Cruise rides a motorcycle in that movie.
He does. Does he run?
He does.
Of course, he run too.
Run in a motorcycle and no helmet.
It was a space motorcycle.
It was a futuristic motorcycle. And then there's Only the Brave, which is... I
I feel like Only the Brave was to set up Top Gun. Because like when you watch Only the Brave, you're like, and then you find out that he's the director behind Top Gun. You're like, okay, I can see that.
Again, for a movie that, you know, it's all about forest fires and everything else, and only you can prevent them.
Smokey the Bear in it?
You know it. Actually, kinda.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, there's that. Oh fuck, Smokey the Bear.
Yeah, there's a CGI fire bear.
Fire bear. It's in his dreams, man. It's a dream. He's dreaming of Smokey the Bear.
Anyway, it's for a movie that had to have a lot of grounded CG because I know they didn't light fucking forest fires to film this thing.
Definitely not.
It looks gorgeous. Like it's well made and well shot. Again, like it's just the script is dog shit.
The performances are even worse.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
I've never seen it.
It's so over the top, over dramatized. Like everyone's just so
really
intense.
I've just never really been drawn to watch it.
And also blonde Miles Teller.
I know, blonde Miles.
He's the only. But I'm gonna spoil this for you. He's the best part.
Not even Jen Connolly.
Connolly's okay.
She's okay, but like again, overacting. And
Brolin's actually, I like Brolin and Bridges.
But like Brolin like drones off on these fucking random monologues. Like I feel like everyone drones on. They're like trying to tell like this big epic fucking speech.
And like it's based on real events. So like I'm sure they had to do some things in there.
I think it's telling for Spiderhead that you guys are much more enthusiastic talking about his other movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm circling back. What I wanted to
I just think that is more the crystallization of the thought on Spiderhead is that and you have more thoughts about his other stuff.
Well, I remember to be honest with you, after we saw Spiderhead, I remember, and like I did what James did because I wanted to prepare, make sure that we could have talking points, and
nerd alert.
Yeah, I know I'm the worst. But what I'm trying to say is I immediately forgot about Spiderhead.
Yeah.
No. Like I remember Tron, I remember bits of Oblivion, and I think I like Oblivion just as much as I like Spiderhead.
You know, it has something to, I feel like it has something to do too with like all of his other movies. This is probably his smallest movie.
Yeah,
that's fair.
It's very like
small,
it's very
self-contained. Like they're in that area
it's not
where
flashy. It's not big CGI spectacles.
No. It's a COVID movie, guys.
It's a COVID movie on top of everything else. Like and that's fine. And you can make those. Like it's okay. No one's upset about it. No. It's just like there's more. He's made more memorable films than this one.
That's fair.
And part of that is probably because most of the other films are visually stunning, whereas this didn't really have the chance to be visually stunning. It still looks very good. Looks
great.
Yeah. It just isn't wow. It's like, yeah, sure. Well, this exists.
It mostly takes place indoors, right? Yeah. So there's not much of a world to explore.
A COVID movie, you got to work within your limitations, but yeah, it's fine. Watch it. It's on Netflix. What excuse do you have? It's on Netflix.
I wouldn't seek it out, but if you're at like the bottom of the barrel trying to find something,
I wouldn't say bottom of the barrel.
It's better than the bottom of the barrel.
If it's a Tuesday night, because you would go to a cheap Tuesday movie at Cineplex. Yeah, this is a Tuesday movie. Is what this is.
I'd say that.
That's fair.
This is a $5. This is a $5 movie.
$5 special.
Yeah,
but this is the back half of $5. This hasn't been $5.
It's been a long time.
Decades.
What was the
those days?
Anyway,
I miss the days where you got the free popcorn and the drink because you went on Tuesday.
Fuck, I don't even remember that.
It lasted for like a year. I'm
surprised.
Amazing.
Yeah, I bet.
It was incredible. And then they got rid of it.
Yeah. Of course, because they were losing fucking money.
Because they make all their money on popcorn.
Yep.
Well, now they're adding fucking booking fees on the tickets
I saw.
too.
I'm avoiding them.
Yeah, I know.
This also would be a movie that, like, if it was like the second movie in like a drive-in, that'd be fun.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like if you went to see like a huge blockbuster and this was its tag on, sure, I'd hang out. I'd watch it. It's fun.
You'd fuck with it?
I'd fuck with it. It's a good double feature.
That's fair.
Plus, it's got Chris Hemsworth, Miles Teller. Like you can't go wrong with those two actors.
It's fun. Just don't go in expecting like it's not the second coming. It's
not Schindler's List.
Very few things are.
Very few things are Schindler's List, Tony. Very few things can be Liam Hemsworth as a German. Or not Liam
Neeson, man.
Sorry, I have Hemsworth on the brain.
Jesus.
Liam Neeson and Ray Fiennes.
And Ray Fiennes as Germans.
Yes.
The Germans.
Genius casting.
How the hell did he lose to Tommy Lee Jones in The Fugitive? How does that
what the hell is that
How does
movie?
that make sense?
We gotta add that to a list. I gotta watch The Fugitive.
I've always wanted to see it. It got nominated for Best Picture.
What the fuck?
It was huge. It was a huge blockbuster. It got nominated for Best Picture.
Oh fuck! I need to see what was bigger than Schindler's List.
Oh my god.
The Fugitive. All right. Who else is in that? Tommy Lee Jones and
Harrison Ford.
I figured it was a Harrison
The
Ford.
one-armed man.
It was not to me.
Wonderful.
I don't care. I love when they do it with, is it Milhouse that they do it with?
Yeah.
The Simpsons?
I don't care.
Jesus. All right, so obviously we're doing The Fugitive.
I really want to see
We're adding that to a list.
I really want to see it.
That wraps up, I think, Spiderhead in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Tuesday at sitting on the couch after work, can't figure out what to watch, throw on Spiderhead.
That's fair.
Saturday morning. Or I'd throw it on a Saturday morning.
No, that's when you watch cartoons.
Yeah.
I'm glad you have Saturday mornings where you can just sit there.
I'm sorry, I don't have a child, Dave. We get it. We understand your hardship.
Even when I didn't, I don't know how I did things. I didn't do things on Saturday mornings.
Yeah, no, I don't either.
I'm just so excited to start the day. You got to start the day.
Start my day with a movie, man.
Oh, I can always start the day with the movie.
That's hardcore.
I'm
not even. I'm with Dave on that one. I'm sorry.
Jesus.
Yeah, you are. Tony just wants to hit 1,000 in a year, and I just don't even.
I'm never gonna do 1,000. Superfan Brad did 1,000, and he can't watch movies the same way anymore.
God bless Brad. I thank you for taking one for the team and letting us know your experience on that, because it sounds horrid. 1,000. You kill me.
I watched 6 movies in a theater in a day once, and that was actually I did it twice, and it was horrible.
Yeah. Oh, Tiff.
Tiff. Can't wait for that.
Neither can I, but I can't do 6 movies.
We're not doing 6 in a day. I will slap the shit out of you if you make me do this.
4 is tops.
Yeah. Fantastic.
You need the donut when you're doing 6.
Seriously. I think
hurts.
4 is too much, but
whatever. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Did we do 5 the first day or 4?
5.
We did 5.
5. Yeah, that was already pretty fucking bad.
Yeah.
And the fucking lighthouse was in the middle.
That was a great day.
It's a good day. I remember that day fondly.
Never forget.
Never forget.
Thursday.
It was a Thursday.
And we saw the best movie of the festival.
Best movie of the year.
Yep.
Best
Day
movie
1.
of all time.
Parasite.
All right,
I
boys.
love that movie. Dave, do you have a new blue for us?
I have 2 new blues.
2 new blues.
2 new blues. Show and tell?
No show. And tell.
Oh, you
What the
sick
fuck,
son of a
man?
bitch.
I'm not bringing my fucking steel books over here for you to look at.
You can't fucking... You can't introduce a fucking show and tell and not do it.
Bring back the show and tell.
Bring back the show and tell, boy.
Anyways, I'm going to do a 2 for this week.
What's with you guys and the fucking twofers? I'm doing twofers next time.
Well, I didn't get to talk about one of them last time because I was talking about Drive. So this time I wanted to talk about 2 movies that I picked up on Steelbook. The Untouchables, which celebrated its 35th anniversary this year.
Nice.
And Lawrence of Arabia, which I believe celebrated its 60th anniversary this year.
Man.
Fuck.
So they've both been redone.
Beautiful.
4K,
Beautiful.
Dolby Vision. I had to actively stop myself from continuing to watch The Untouchables because that movie is it's probably my favorite De Palma movie. I know a lot of people
The Untouchables since high school.
It's been a long time since I've seen The Untouchables, but it's
fucking great movie.
It is a terrific movie. David Mamet did the script. That's why it's like
it's incredible.
It's so tight, and everybody in that movie is aces.
Yeah,
everybody's in that ace.
It's not top notches.
Like Costner, Connery, De Niro, Andy Garcia.
What a cast!
It's a banger, man.
Billy Drago, come on!
Oh my God, Billy Drago!
Billy Drago,
the fucking train scene, man. The train station scene.
Oh yeah,
masterclass.
Yeah. Like I know he's just homaging Battleship Potemkin.
Yeah.
I know he's doing that, but it's still so well done.
I've seen that movie I don't know how many times, and that scene I'm literally on the edge of my seat every single time. Such a good
scene. I popped that scene.
Of course you had to. I'm surprised you didn't. That wasn't the first scene you popped on.
Well, I wanted to find the part where De Niro's talking about teams.
Obviously, the baseball scene.
Yeah, the baseball scene.
That's memorable too.
Yeah, like the blood is like crimson in this movie, or with the 4K. Did you
pop on the part when Billy Drago takes a swan dive?
I sure did.
Fucking course you did.
It still looks bad, but he's in the car. He's in the car.
Man, what a weird. I was just looking at. I'm like, how did that movie not get nominated for Best Picture? Incredible.
Well, what was up that year? It was Moonstruck, which is very, very good.
Yeah. Norman Jewison.
Gotta
see that one.
Canadian boy.
I recently watched it. We talked about this. Hope and Glory.
I don't know what that is.
Fatal Attraction.
Fatal Attraction was a monster hit that year.
Broadcast News,
which was very, very good.
Yeah. And the winner, The Last Emperor.
Bertolucci.
Yeah. And he won director too.
It's because it was Bertolucci.
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah, but not even nominated for director.
What was the other one? Hope and Glory? Is that what you called it?
Hope and Glory. Yeah.
What the hell is that?
A comedy drama war film written, produced, and directed by John Boorman, based on his own experiences during the Second World War.
Who's in it?
It stars Sarah Miles, David Heyman, Derek O'Connor, Sammy Davis, Jean-Marc Barr, Suzanne Woldridge, and Ian Bannon.
And what was it nominated for?
Best Picture.
How many other things was it nominated for?
It was nominated for Best Picture, Best Director, Best Screenplay, Best Art Direction, and Best Cinematography.
I feel the same way.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know what that. I don't even know what that is. How many did Untouchables get? Did it just get Sean Connery, or did it get screenplay too?
Won or nominated?
Nominated.
It was nominated for 4 things.
Oh, thank Christ.
Supporting actor,
which it won.
Which it did for Sean Connery. Art direction.
Nice. That could get it.
Costume design.
Yeah, I get it.
And score.
Not screenplay. Wow.
No.
But that score is the score.
That score is next level.
Man. Ennio's next level all the time.
Yeah, that score is next level. So I get it. I get it. But yeah, I don't know why it wouldn't have been nominated for screenplay.
It's strange.
It's a very good screenplay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It won the BAFTA for score.
That makes sense.
It won the Grammy for score.
That also makes sense.
And
it is an all-timer.
It was nominated for Writers Guild.
Oh, that makes sense. I don't think Mamet ever won an Oscar, so
that's a damn shame.
Kind of sucks.
Did David? Well, there's always one way to find out.
Let's find out.
What else did he write? Glengarry.
Glengarry.
That's
Glen
another
Ross.
tight screenplay from David Mamet for sure.
Yeah, he would have gotten nominated for that one. I believe.
Definitely.
He's won a Pulitzer, obviously, for Glengarry.
Oh, okay.
Makes sense.
And New York Drama Critics Circle also for Glengarry.
Nice.
That's for his theater.
Yeah.
He also won for American Buffalo.
Okay, cool.
He was only nominated for Academy Awards one time for Best Adapted Screenplay for The Verdict.
Not even Glengarry Glen Ross.
He won. Oh, sorry. No, he was nominated for 2 Academy Awards. He was nominated once for The Verdict and once for Wag the Dog.
Wag the fucking dog.
Not even Glengarry Glen Ross.
Yep.
What the fuck?
And he's also been nominated for Primetime Emmys for Phil Spector.
Jesus.
That's it.
Dear God.
That's it. That's all he's got.
Wow.
What a underappreciated
writer.
Yeah.
For sure.
Plus, Glengarry Glen Ross is just an all-timer.
It is
next level for sure.
Yeah.
Always be closing.
Always be closing.
That's twice now.
You guys just owe each other cokes at this point.
Yeah. Okay.
That scene is an all time. I'm pretty sure I watched that in a meeting, in a sales meeting. Was that scene?
Yeah. I was once at. I'll tell this little story about that movie too.
This little ditty.
I worked at Future Shop for a while, and
R.I.P. Future Shop.
R.I.P. forever. For those of you who don't know, for our international audiences out there, it was its own company until Best Buy came up here in Canada, and then Best Buy bought Future Shop. But the main thing about Future Shop, it was a tech store mainly that also sold fucking appliances.
It's a Best Buy.
It was a Best Buy. It made sense why Best Buy bought Future Shop. But anyway,
red.
Black and red, better uniform colors.
They coexisted for a bit.
Yeah, and it was weird because Future Shop was the commission store and Best Buy wasn't. So you could theoretically, it was weird that they were even competing. Anyway, that's besides the point. I worked at the commission store, and I was on commission, which was fine. But that also meant you used to have like sales motivation meetings. And I remember I had to come in on one fucking Sunday morning, and it had to be a Sunday morning because the store opened at 10, and we would come in at 8 and have fucking nonsensical meetings until 10.
Calm down.
Fucking paid.
Calm down.
Oh, it's
Anyway,
unpaid?
That's
yeah, it was all
gross.
bullshit.
That
Anyway.
sucks.
We watched, I remember our like store manager was like, yeah, and we're going to take a couple lessons. We're going to learn from some films. And one of the scenes we watched was the Glengarry Glen Ross scene of Will Always Be Closing, because of course.
Yep.
And then the other one was from Boiler Room.
I was going to say it was definitely the Boiler Room
It's
one.
fucking Boiler Room.
Now that I remember when you worked there, because I was also thinking of Wolf of Wall Street.
Well, I mean, Wolf of Wall Street was... I mean, Boiler Room just was Wolf of Wall Street before Wolf of Wall Street. So
yeah, that's true.
yeah, anyway, so it was that scene from fucking Boiler Room. And I was like, I never want to watch either of these two movies ever again. Although I did recently watch Glengarry Glen Ross again. I still like that movie.
It's a good film.
It is.
Boiler
It really
Room's not
is.
that bad.
I haven't seen it since that one meeting. And I just kind of I was like, I don't need this fucking propaganda.
If you've ever wanted to see a movie with Vin Diesel and Ben Affleck,
Oh, yeah, I know.
And Giovanni Ribisi.
Yeah.
Giovanni Ribisi.
Any so we talked about the Untouchables. Any notes on fucking Lawrence of Arabia?
Were you going to say Lawrence of my labia,
I
you
was.
sick bastard?
I was. Shout out to that mixtape that exists somewhere.
Jesus.
That was one of your birthday mixtapes,
It
wasn't
was,
it?
it was,
Fuck,
yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I just want to check one thing before I...
Yeah, you do that.
That's what I thought. Okay,
Is
so
it
Al
another
Pacino was nominated for Glengarry Glen Ross in supporting actor, and he won for actor for
Yeah.
fucking Scent of a Woman.
Oh my god.
That's amazing.
Give it to me, Tony.
Hooah!
Not as good as James earlier.
One sec. Hooah!
No.
No.
You lost
No,
it.
I
You
lost
were closer on the first one.
Yeah, you're
Hooah!
that's a
Yeah,
little closer.
It's a little. You're almost there.
Like a 6.5.
I'll bring it to the next one.
All right. You
Work
do
on
that.
your Pacino.
You do that.
Work on your late Pacino.
So Lawrence of Arabia is a film I've never seen. I've always wanted to see it.
Unfortunate.
I've always wanted to see it. It came out on 4K a few years back, but it came out as part of a box set.
Right.
And it was called the Columbia Classics
Yeah.
4K collection.
Of course.
And it was a limited edition.
Sure.
And it also included Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, Dr. Strangelove,
Mm.
Gandhi, A League of Their Own, and Jerry Maguire.
That's actually not too bad. I
It's
mean,
not a
Mr.
bad-
Smith Goes to Washington, fine, whatever.
It's not a bad set, but
The
I
rest is
don't really
okay.
need Gandhi.
Yes, you do.
No,
Are you
Gandhi's a
fucking
great
kidding
film.
me?
I
Come
don't
on
need
now.
I'm never gonna watch Gandhi.
It's true, you're not.
I've seen Gandhi. I'm never gonna watch.
Once is enough.
I might
I
watch
agree.
Gandhi just so I can tick it off Letterboxd. But chances
Oh,
are,
you sure
disgust me.
chances
on.
are, I will not watch Gandhi anytime soon.
That's fair.
I already I have Doctor Strangelove on
Yeah,
Criterion. I don't. I want to watch A League of Their Own. I don't really need it on 4K, and I don't really need Jerry Maguire on 4K. So
Everybody needs.
So I would literally be
to see
buying this
that.
$100 box set for Lawrence
like-
of Arabia,
yeah,
and I was like,
yeah.
you know what? I can just wait.
Yeah. And
So I
good
did.
thing you did.
So I did. It finally came out. Actually, apparently there was like the wrong disc for Lawrence was in the box set too. You had to
Cool.
mail away
Send
for
it
the
back.
new one.
Right.
That's
For the new
amazing.
one. This one, it's 4 discs.
Nice.
It's 2 discs, 2 4K discs for the
Oh.
movie, 1 Blu-ray disc for the movie, and then a Blu-ray disc for special features.
2 4K discs from the movie. What, they split the movie across
They
2
split
discs?
the movie across 2
Oh, I
discs.
guess
How
because
long-
it's
how
fucking
long's the
huge. Yeah,
movie?
it's over. It's
almost 4 hours.
Hours 45 minutes. Yeah, it's insane.
It's insane. I just don't understand
Jesus.
why the Blu-ray didn't get split. But the
Well, no.
4K
Think
did?
about the thing is with 4K as a medium, the disc that it's on is not a 4K disc.
I know it's a Blu-ray disc.
It's just a Blu-ray. So now we're talking about capacity limits.
Well,
When
they
you
could
look
have
at a
done
4K file size,
But they could have done a Blu-ray like a BD 100 for it. I don't think they did, but they could have.
they didn't clearly.
Obviously.
But I think it's fine because there is an intermission in this movie, so they could have gone with the smaller
I
disc
believe-
size.
Yeah, I believe that's where
Swap it out,
cuts.
and they could have gone with the high quality as well. Even at 100, man, 4-hour fucking 4K is like pushing almost 100.
I know. I just don't understand why the regular Blu-ray wasn't split.
Yeah.
That just seems odd to me.
Well,
Like, why would you fuck over
The
the Blu-ray? Because the
Blu-ray-
Blu-ray would have been the old Blu-ray.
Yeah.
yeah.
Right?
But the Blu-ray is only like the Blu-ray edition would only be about 20 gigs, 25 gigs.
Yeah, but still, the reason they're splitting the 4K is so it doesn't get compressed.
Yeah.
So it still looks pristine.
They probably compressed the shit out
so
of
they
the
could probably
Blu-ray.
compress the shit out of the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
So yay for me never buying the Blu-ray.
Well, you don't need it.
Yeah, now I don't need it, but at the time,
you should watch it though.
yeah, no, I really want to watch it. I watched a little bit of it because I wanted to get a sense of how it looks, and it looks amazing.
It's fucking gorgeous.
It looks incredible. It looked better than the Untouchable.
70 millimeter, man.
It looked better than the
70 millimeter.
Untouchables.
Yeah, that was filmed on 70 millimeter CinemaScope. I think it was the first one.
One of the first
Like,
ones. Yeah,
That's amazing.
original
It looks-
OG Technicolor
It
CinemaScope.
looks amazing.
Now who's the nerd?
Hey, I watched it.
It looks amazing, and like I said, it looks better than the Untouchables does.
Yeah.
And the
That's
Untouchables is a
incredible.
younger film. Is
Younger.
younger.
Yeah.
But it looks.
Chef's kiss.
Well, I think and I think they
Or
also
should I light the what is it? It's a match or is it a candle that he lights
candle?
before it's like one of the most famous transitions. I think he lights a candle.
Yeah,
or
I
he
think
lights,
it's a candle.
yeah. Or is it a match?
I don't
Either way,
remember.
he lights
lights
something,
something.
and then it transitions to
Yeah.
the next scene.
It's very cool.
Cool.
It's a cool movie. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
If you're into desert scenes,
I can't say that I am.
And Peter
you're
O'Toole.
going to be.
I'm going to be apparently.
Peter O'Toole,
Peter O'Toole,
Anthony
man.
Quinn, and
Yeah.
Omar Sharif.
Yeah.
Omar Sharif.
Yeah, it's a big one.
You've sold me.
I sold you with Omar Sharif.
Absolutely.
That not the fact that it's like it won all the awards that year.
Oh, who gives a
That
shit?
is considered one of the greatest films ever made.
Here we fucking go.
It's close to The Godfather.
No, it's not. Nothing is close to the Godfather.
Before we close out, I wanted to mention that Columbia Classics released a second box set.
Oh, okay.
The first box set was limited and it's gone now.
Yeah.
But they released a volume 2 and it's still available.
Okay.
And this one includes Anatomy of Murder
Oh, nice. Yeah.
or Anatomy of a Murder.
Anatomy of a
by?
Murder.
I believe it is Sidney Pollack.
Cool.
Am I
Cool.
right?
I believe you are right.
Might not be.
Is it?
No, it's Otto Preminger.
Okay.
Well, I lost that one. That was bad.
I thought it was a Hitchcock movie.
Jimmy
so I was
Stewart in
waiting.
it.
Yeah, I knew
There
Jimmy
we go.
Stewart was
There
there.
we go.
Okay. It also features Oliver,
Which one?
the one from '68.
Oh, okay.
Taxi Driver,
Ooh, fun.
Stripes,
Oh,
Ooh.
Sense and Sensibility,
Ooh.
and The Social Network.
That's weird.
all right.
Like I like
That's
none
a
of,
weird mix of movies.
like none of these box
I
sets
can't
make
even theme
sense.
that. Like what?
Like none of these sets make
What
sense.
was the other one was like like every movie in the other box set. I was like, yeah, I've heard of all of those movies. This one, you lost me.
Like at least this one I wanted more. Like I wanted Taxi
big-
Driver. I wanted Social Network, and I would love to get Stripes.
Sure.
Yeah.
But the other one was like
Sense and
Lawrence of-
Sensibility. You weren't chomping at the bin for it.
No, I was not jumping at the
Hugh,
bit
Hugh
for that
Grant's
one.
in that, isn't it? Isn't he?
No,
Or who am I thinking of?
Colin Firth.
Nice.
Colin Firth's in it. Emma Thompson.
Emma Thompson.
and
Look at
Kate
that.
Winslet.
Oh, nice.
Oh, Ang Lee.
Yeah, Ang Lee.
Oh, Alan Rickman.
Ooh. But
R.I.P.
even you say that, Ang Lee. Why the fuck wouldn't you put Crouching Tiger in there?
Yeah.
Hugh-
Of all the Ang Lee
Of
movies you
all
could
the
have
Ang
picked.
Lee movies.
It was actually Hugh Grant, Dave.
Isn't Colin Firth in it too?
I think you're
Or is he in Pride and Prejudice?
I think you're thinking of Pride and Prejudice.
Okay.
Hugh Laurie as well.
Okay, so basically any British actor who's over the age of 60.
They just grabbed Imogen Stubbs. I
Big
just like people
Imogen
named
Stubbs.
Imogen.
You like Imogen? Is that
Imogen
Imogen?
Poots. Imogen Poots.
You were
I do
actually
like
thinking
her.
of Matthew McFadden in Pride and Prejudice.
Was he?
Colin Firth is in a Pride and Prejudice movie.
Is he?
He definitely is.
Now you're just typecasting.
No, I'm not typecasting. I
You just
guarantee-
want him to be in one.
I just can't spell his last name.
Is it not even a Pride and Prejudice? Is he just in like some other Jane Austen adaptation?
He's got to be.
No, it's a BBC adaptation, which came out the same year as Sense and Sensibility. That's why I was confused.
Because you're a big Colin Firth fan.
Apparently,
huge. You're big on the Sea Man.
He's isn't he Mr. Darcy? Is that what his name is?
He's Darcy in Bridget Jones.
No, but I think his name in Pride and Prejudice is also Darcy because they make jokes about it in Bridget Jones.
We're like way the fuck off topic.
Yeah, we're like,
what are we even talking about?
We're so far
like
off
we're
the
getting
topic.
we're getting into arguments over which British movie
like, let's fucking rein this in.
Let's fucking wrap this up, boys. Jesus Christ.
Anyways, so yeah, Lawrence of Arabia. Great,
cool. We're now Tarantino it back to Lawrence of Arabia.
So I'm very excited to watch that film.
Yeah, you should be. It's incredible.
Excited. And yeah, the Steelbook's pretty boss.
Nice. I can't wait to hear your actual thoughts on the movie once you've seen the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't even think it should go on best, Matt, worst. I feel like even if I don't like it, I feel like it'll still be above best.
I mean,
it still deserves its own segment.
I mean, where the fuck did I put that thing?
Oh, now we're going.
No, we're still talking about Lawrence of Arabia. I'm briefly curious about where I ranked it in my best pictures thing because I don't remember right now. It ended up at number 22 for me.
That's not bad.
That's not
it's
terrible.
Still fucking up there, but there's been a lot of bangers.
Oh, for sure there has.
Yeah, banger o'clock all the time.
Yeah, well, post the 70s anyway.
Colin Firth played Mr. Darcy. Suck a dick.
And that should wrap that up then. Yeah. So what's coming up next?
I don't know. We're gonna have to
figure that one out.
We're gonna have to figure out what the next one is. I know there's lots of stuff coming out, so we will just have to decide what takes the main segment, or we just do an oops all
something.
I'm sure we'll figure it out the night before we record.
Yeah, that's probably.
Yeah, that checks out.
That checks out.
We're still having fun. We still got a whole list of things to get through. So
absolutely
stick around, hang out with us, and yeah, we'll be back with more because I mean the summer blockbuster season's just started.
It's true.
Just begun.
It's true. And
tons
we really like to hear the sounds of our own voices.
Fucking A.
Fucking A.
I mean, really the whole jumping point for this podcast was we were talking about this shit anyway. We might as well record it and let other people be in the same room with us at least.
Exactly. You know?
Otherwise you miss all of these golden conversations about Colin Firth. Where else do you get quality Colin Firth content in this day and age? It's this podcast. It's Finger Guns.
We'll need to ask
Finger Guns.
We'll need to ask Colin Firth to
friend of the podcast. Colin.
We'll need to ask him to be a guest on the show.
Oh my god! You're damn right. When we have enough clout to pull Colin Firth in, that's when we know we've made it.
Anyways,
boys.
I'm Dave.
I am Tony.
I'm James.
And we will we'll hear from you soon.
Fucking Colin Firth, man.